What's up, everyone? This is Press X to Start Podcast. Press X to Start Podcast is an audio and video podcast seeking to transform the video game media landscape through an underserved and protected point of view. Restorative justice for the underrepresented programmers, developers, and consumers. Today, we are going to do the 2021 Game Awards predictions. I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices.
It's your boy Jordan, aka JXBot, aka Bing Bong.
Last up.
Hi, I'm Avery.
Nailed it. Real quick, Jordan, do you have a green light going on there?
I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Okay.
It's like having one of those episodes.
It's like your
I'm in the
computer
Matrix.
sense. You're right. Wait, is
Yep,
this an
sure
announcement?
What is?
It's like your computer senses that you're an Xbox fan.
Hey.
I like it. I like it. All right. So as I said earlier, we are going to just jump right in and essentially just give our predictions. So these predictions aren't going to be what we would like to win. We are predicting who we think will win. And as you can see, we have the nice video game. We have the nice Game Awards website up right now. It is set at Best Esports Event, and we can just take it away from there. So, the people who are up for this, we have 2021 League of Legends World Championship. We have the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. We have PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2020, the International 2021, and we have the Valorant Champions Tour Stage 2 Masters. Actually, before we actually pick who we think is going to win this, I want to explain what's actually going to go on. So each person is going to pick who he thinks is going to win. And when the actual awards happens, we'll just play for points. You like that? Think that works? Yeah? Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, cool. If you notice, I have a little Santa hat on. That's because I killed Santa Claus and I took his hat. So that's happening there. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I think me and Jordan knows nothing about this. Avery?
Okay, so PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2020 was maybe the first LAN during COVID. So that was the first big production, but it's PUBG Mobile. Here's the thing, you also got to go into the Game Awards thinking about the fact that the outlets voting on this. This isn't really a popularity contest in the sense of like, oh, what the masses want, but what the outlets involved, like, have involved themselves in. And frankly, most gaming outlets don't give a shit about esports, so this is always going to be a toss up in the air for popularity. So yeah. PUBG Mobile, it's like PUBG Mobile. It's honestly, it's between the League of Legends World Championship, because Worlds is always big, is League, and they've had a great year, and then the Dota International, because that has the biggest prize pool of any esport. It's like, I think this year's was like around $40 million. Split between like 16 teams, so like that's an insane number. I know for the fact I think this is one of those things where like I've seen a bunch of these. I think Valorant was the most interesting in the Stage 2 Masters, and that bred the rise of Sentinels as the number one team. But like, this is honestly can go up in the air. It just depends on what game is the most popular. I'm voting for Valorant because that's me.
Okay. Jordan?
I'm going to vote for the one with the least syllables. So we're going to go with the International 2021.
I like your thought process. I'm actually also going to go Valorant as well, only because I know of Valorant and I didn't know the Internationals was Dota. I know PUBG, but mobile sounds kind of weird to me. PGL, no idea. And I know League of Legends, but that's
PGL. PGL, I believe, is what is PGL? Shit, I don't know.
Golf?
No,
that's not. It can't be golf. Ignore me. Are you looking at PGL?
It's Counter Strike. The PGL is Counter Strike. It's weird because
Oh,
there's no counters because of the weird way that Valve is with Counter Strike. There's no like
yeah.
big organizing body around it that handles their esports. So it's like it's a whole thing. But yeah, I guess.
Oh,
But like, who gives a shit
that
about
game.
CS? That's my thing.
True, but that's old. That's an old game, you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like all these old games, League and Dota pop off more.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's true. Just because it's old, it's stuck around doesn't mean that it's super popular. It just probably is. Anyways, I'm just talking out of my ass because I have no idea. All right. So we have put in our stuff. Let us jump to the next category, which is best esports coach. You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. Avery, where are you going for this?
Okay, so I know K Koma is the lead coach. Crowder is Call of Duty. I want to say Biad is because it's Navi, so that must be fucking Counter Strike. I know Aang is Valorant, and Silent. I don't know who Silent is, but he's on Team Furia, so who gives a shit? But like I said, I know Aang led Gambit to Masters 3. And I'm
Okay.
sticking to my guns with Valorant, even though it's probably going to be bad because of what I think is going to be the CS:GO recency bias. But I'm going to vote for Aang.
Okay. Okay. Jordan, who you got for this hot ticket?
K Coma is one consonant away from a bad idea. I'm gonna have to go on it. I got a couple of these leak names here. Silent sounds
Wait,
cool.
who are you going with?
Silent. Can't pronounce her
Okay.
last name. Not gonna try.
Okay.
Okay, so I just figured it out because you can look. This is how bad the nominations for this went.
Yeah.
Esports team, esports event, and esports coach are all from the same event. There's
Oh,
no,
nice.
so it's like yeah, it's like there's no variation. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go with Crowder because I read it as Chowder, and I love
Yeah, I
Chowder.
was about to go Crowder first because I'm mad hungry right now. Like, damn.
Oh
Chowder
no!
would be
I
good.
love Chowder the cartoon, not the
I know about the
actual.
food.
Oh my god! All right. Now that we've done that, let us jump
Dumb
into the
shit.
next category, which is best esports team. You know what, Avery? Go ahead and just jump on this one too.
Okay, so Atlanta FaZe, I know they won the CDL league, but I don't put a lot of stock into the COD tournament scene. That's just
Mm,
me.
mm,
I think the king of esports are attack FPSs. If you're not playing attack FPS, I don't put a lot of stock in your esport. So that's me and Atlanta FaZe. Uh, Duag Kia is League of Legends. I'm pretty sure they just won the Lost World. So Navi, like I said, they won the PGL major.
mm.
Sentinels, and then Team Spirit, Dota 2, Sentinels, Valorant. I'm a big Sentinels fan, so I'm voting Sentinels. Probably going to be Navi because of what I think is going to happen with best esports athlete, but I'm voting Sentinels.
Okay. Jordan.
I saw LeBron James retweet phase. So I'm like, all right, that's someone I know right now.
Yeah,
That's
FaZe
good.
stole money from kids.
All right, well,
Yikes!
LeBron James.
Yeah, I still go with it. All right.
Unless I read an
Here's the
article.
thing. I'm not even joking. Like the FaZe organization got into a giant crypto scam controversy a while ago.
Then why are they on this
Yikes.
list? Why did Jeff Keighley keep him on the list?
Yo, we can talk about this in like other conversations about the nominations for and Jeff Keighley Game Awards, the people who are involved in it. But for the most part, it's because they're the team that won the. People want to nominate Call of Duty. They're the team that won the Call of Duty. You can't nominate
Mm,
number 2 as the best esports team.
makes sense.
So because this section is pretty fucking hilarious, I'm gonna go with the LOL team, League of Legends.
Ooh, okay. Uh, I'm also going with Sentinels because there's a Gundam thing called Gundam Sentinels, and yeah, gotta go with Gundam. Gotta go with my heart. All right. With that being said, let's jump to the next section with his best esports athlete. Um, I feel like we don't need to do this because Avery tens, right?
fucking tense. Like, I literally just
Yeah.
watched Valorant. I just watched fucking 21 knowing we're recording this on day 4 of the Masters Championship in Berlin. 10 just dropped the 365 ACS game on fucking with it bind, and that's an insane amount to do. And so
That
like
sounds like a lot.
Tens is popping off in all manners. That being
Yeah.
said, Simple will probably win this because of his tenure as a esports athlete.
Simple, not simp.
Well, don't get me started on esports names.
Yeah, I'm going tens to support Avery. Jordan, how about you?
I think Simple's the most accessible player. So I'm gonna go with Simple.
Okay, all right.
Just because their name. Don't know shit right now.
Oh, that's a woman.
No,
I said there.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
there
Okay,
are no
okay.
females in major esports right now. I'm just gonna keep it
Oh,
buck.
true. All right. Well, that was pretty quick. All right. Next one is it's the hotly contested best esports game. We have Call of Duty, CS:GO, Dota 2, League of Legends, and Valorant. Avery, where the hell is Apex?
Well, I think Apex should be on this, but Call of Duty won
Absolutely.
because of the Call of Duty brand.
Yeah.
I need to see, did Valorant win last year?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, why are you looking at that?
No, League won last year. Valorant was nominated. So I think it's safe to say League wins again this year. I'm voting Valorant because I think this year Valorant was, in terms of esports, was much more interesting than this year of League, especially with COVID and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm also going Valorant as well. Only because I feel like Valorant has been the game that I heard a lot about in terms of the esports wing of the gaming news that I listen to. So yeah, I'm going there. Jordan?
Yeah, I'll go with Valorant.
All right.
Maybe 3 minutes of clips, and I was pretty entertained by what was going on there. The match.
That's another thing too. Like I see a lot of Valorant on my like social feeds too.
It's Valorant. Here's the thing:
Apex
Valorant is Overwatch meets CS:GO. CS:GO, forgive me, is a super boring game to look at. It hasn't been really updated in 10 years, and
Yeah, I think yeah.
and it's a game that's just it kind of just looks uninteresting to me. Valorant, there's so much. Like, once you understand how attack FPS works, Valorant is the most interesting thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then we have. Oh wait, we just jumped to the most anticipated game. That's not. Where's the?
That's how it's. No, that's how it's ordered on their website as well.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do this. The most anticipated game. Where is that? Okay. So, in terms of the list, we have. I'm reading from my computer. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and Starfield. What do you guys thoughts on this one? Jordan, you go first.
Most likely it's gonna be God of War. It's gonna win this category. I mean, just because of how I was able to sweep last year. Well, back in 2018, what got fucking best game direction. So yeah, it is the most anticipated game. Like, there's not that much out there in regards to Starfield. Only like a few concept arts. Breath of the Wild would be a close second. Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, it kind of showed their ass a lot over the summer.
Cheeks.
And I don't know, maybe Elden Ring. I don't know, not Elden Ring. I mean,
no, I'm voting for Elden Ring. It's going to be Elden Ring. Of the 5 games here, Elden Ring is the one that we know is coming in the next 3 months.
True. Oh, okay. I like this because I actually think it's going to be Starfield, and like I think if Elden Ring was a bit further off, I would probably go with Elden Ring. But I feel like Elden Ring is in the bag. Like, we know what that game's about. And I feel like in terms of being the most anticipated game, it's like we are, because I think Elden Ring won last year, right? I always no.
No, I don't think so. Let me check.
Okay. I always look at this category as a category of like, what's the game that like you want to play that you like hope it's going to be great. And I feel like because we know Elden Ring,
it did win last year.
It did.
Yeah, but then I'm operating under the assumption that the gaming journalists who are going to be voting for this, and the game they won't shut up about is Elden Ring.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with Starfield. I'm gonna stick with Starfield. But yeah, okay, all right, that's good. That's good. We've split off, gone down many different forks. All right, next game is best debut indie. This is just jumping all over the place. How dare
I know. Fuck,
all right, best debut indie. We have The Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Sable, and Valheim.
Whoa.
Yeah, this
fucking
is
Death Star's on this game?
Who?
This is the debut of the best debut indie. Is the first game of that studio. Death's Door is their second game. They did Titan Souls before that.
Is Titan Souls in? I don't see Titan Souls.
No, best debut indie means the first, like it's their first game in their first of the studio.
I'm going for Artful Escape. That shit was dope.
Oh, okay.
Even though I don't even know if I consider that much of a game, but it was good. I mean, like it was a fun experience.
Yeah.
I didn't go too deep into it when I talked about it, but it was
okay. And then Avery.
It's either for me between Kenna and Sable. I didn't hear much discourse with Artful Escape in the gaming sphere, so I don't think most people are going to look at that game and say it was the best indie game that came out, like best debut game. I think there was a lot of discussion around Kenna. There wasn't a lot of discussion around Sable, but I know people were really into Sable when it came out. I think I'm going to go for Kenna, but I think it's probably going to be, might be Sable.
Oh, I like this. All right. I want it to be Kenna, but I'm going to Forgotten City. I've heard a lot about this game to the point where I was even looking to check it out. I just ultimately just didn't want to be bothered with
I think there is merit to there because there's that
Yeah.
whole thing that this game is just a Skyrim mod that's been ripped and turned into its own game. So there's like this thing like, oh, a very small team made this game that everyone's talking about. I get that. Yeah, that's a good choice. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. All right. The next category we have content creator of the year. All right, we're back to where we were all the way at the bottom. First up, we have Dream. Then we have
Fusely.
Fusely? Oh, Jesus, these names, man. And what? Go ahead and just finish off the names, Avery, because I don't.
Galls, Ibai, and Greg. It's weird. I think. No, I'll let you guys vote first. So, I'm the only one who knows anything about this category, so I'm going to let you guys vote first.
I'm going to go Dream because. It's the song, guys. It's the song by Dream. I have to go Dream. Also, Dreams. The PlayStation 4 game.
Oh, no.
Jordan?
Depressing. Oh, yeah. Dreams had a pretty funny parody video made out of him on this YouTube channel. That's the only point of reference I have from that guy, personally.
And Avery?
Jordan, you're voting Dream?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dream got caught in a really big Minecraft scandal, so I don't even know why he's on this list. So I'm not voting Dream. I'm voting for the Greg, who broke 1 million on Twitch when he got his own Fortnite skin. He had 1 million concurrent viewers on Twitch when his Fortnite skin debuted. So I'm voting Greg.
Well, I'm sticking with Dream. We'll see what happens.
Also, want to clarify, I'm playing to win. Okay, DJ made this a competition, so I'm playing to win.
You have a point. I kind of forgot about that. Should I switch to Greg too? Because that's a pretty convincing argument.
You locked in Dream. I asked you. You locked in Dream.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, all right. Dream, don't fail me.
I mean, he might. He's a Minecraft guy, so he might get it on pure popularity. But I'm thinking of the journalists voting for this.
Mm-hmm.
Do they give a shit about the Minecraft audience? Not really. Greg is huge. Fusely might be the wild card in that she's the only woman there, and if I'm thinking video game journalist, I'm thinking they would want to support her, and she's a good choice. But I think this was Greg's year. I remember watching him. I don't speak Spanish, and I watched him with 1 million people on Twitch.
Oh yeah, last year I went with Jay something because she was a black lady. And she didn't win, and I was upset that she didn't win.
Oh yeah, we did.
Even though it was the first time I heard her. I ended up following her on Instagram. She's pretty cool. She's doing a lot of stuff for the community. Next up, it is best multiplayer game. We have Back 4 Blood, It Takes Two, Knockout City, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. Oh, Avery, you go first. What do you think it's going to take this?
I don't know. This is a rip. I think I've played for the most part all of these games except for Valheim. Unless people are super fucking deep into Valheim, I don't think there's a shot in hell it's winning. It might be Knockout City. I would have said that if it didn't sort of have a big boom and then peter out. Back 4 Blood, dealing with the whole people would rather play Left 4 Dead over it, which is a thing that the game has to deal with, and it sort of cooled off after its debut. Monster Hunter Rise came out in the very beginning of the year, so it could be Monster Hunter Rise. I think it's between New World, Monster Hunter Rise, or It Takes Two. I'm going to vote for It Takes Two.
Yeah, I'm also going to vote for it. I didn't. You did a lot more thinking than I did. I think It Takes Two is going to sweep this category just because that it's one of the games that is so evolutionary in terms of what it's doing with couch co-op and how impactful that game was because it was actually a good game.
Yeah, I might have trolled myself because I'm not like, and I'll talk about it later when we get to it in other categories. But yeah.
Okay. Jordan, where you at on this?
I mean, It Takes Two is showing up in so many different categories this year. It's hard to say it's going to win on the lower end. Personally, I have Takes Two winning upper, and we'll find out when I think that's going to occur. I think in this category, best multiplayer is going to go to someone else than It Takes Two because of how many nominations it's received. So I'm between not Back 4 Blood. Probably, I'll do Knockout City.
Okay.
I'll do Knockout City. I think out of all those games, Knockout City had the freshest concept, essentially.
Yeah, Knockout City was really good. I just didn't spend enough time in that. All right, next category we have the best sports / racing.
I don't even list out the nominees. Just it's going to be Forza. Just let's move on.
Okay. Yes. Are we all just going Forza on this?
Yeah. It's going to be Forza.
Yeah. This category, it hurts my soul. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You could go ahead and do that, Jordan. It hurts my soul because I really love Riders Republic, but there's just no way in hell. There's just no way in hell.
And then, to be honest, the closest competition would be F1 2021 because those things
for sure. Yeah.
Like here's the thing. I know it's going to be Forza because it was nominated before anyone had time to really review it for Game of the Year. So like it's going to get it on pure principle.
Yeah. And also there's the whole thing of Forza not being in the Game of the Year conversation as well. That people are like
concession.
Yeah.
I mean, a good concession. I mean, like, it deserves it. Like, don't get me fucking wrong. Sure. But another world, if Forza was not in this category, I wouldn't be surprised if Hot Wheels Unleashed. I wouldn't be surprised if that one would have done.
I feel
because like that's like the newest IP out of all. Well, maybe Riders, but
Riders. Yeah, I honestly think that
was better than Riders though.
It was, but I think Riders is gonna have a longer tail than Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's gonna really that's what's gonna prop up Riders. But whatever, Forces in this category, the big dick and all. All right, next category. Best sim / strategy. We have Age of Empires 4. That's 1V is 4, right?
Yes.
God, I hate Roman numerals. Like, sidebar, why is Roman numerals even around still? Like, this is 2021. We're so far removed from that system.
But like
those people are dead, buried in dust. Like, let's just stop.
Then why do math? Because one of the basic principles of math is Roman numerals.
Jordan, I
Like a
agree
lot
with
of the
you.
progress he made in modern and contemporary math was during Age
Here's
of
the thing:
Empires.
as a writer, Roman numerals are so fucking cool because it allows you to do things like have a character called Vi, but her name is really Six. No, yeah, Six.
Why don't you just call her 6?
Or you can read that and call her Vi.
We want to show that.
All right. Age of Empires 4. Evil Genius 2. World Domination. Humankind. Inscription. And Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right. What do you boys got?
I'll let y'all go first. I'm not doing any tells.
All right. I'll go first. I'm going with Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Good luck with that.
I've heard a lot of Inscription. I heard that was like a really good game, and it was
Inscription
really
is the one I'm going for.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay.
Yeah, the streets are talking about Inscription. That's all they're talking about.
I definitely think Inscription would be a close second for me. I just think that Microsoft Flight Simulator, like, that came out during like one of the, I think a preview bill or a beta of it, what came out during the pandemic, and everyone was on it.
Flight Simulator is weird in that I think wasn't the game released last year.
Yeah, it came out on PC last year, but it
was on
came
PC.
out summer PC last year.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Jordan, where are you going with this?
I played 4 of these 5 games. I've not played Inscription yet. This is my first time hearing of it. But
yeah, that came out.
Evil Geniuses slaps. Humankind did pretty well also as not a spiritual successor to Civilization, but a solid contender to Civilization.
Mm-hmm.
For those that can't play Civilization and win, play Humankind. It's more your speed. Age of Empires did like traditional RTS, like the classic, old school, classic resource mineral gathering RTS. Did not score as high as I thought it would. I mean, it's doing fairly well.
Yeah.
Damn.
How would the belief this?
I mean, just gotta stack them behind a wall and hope to God that they don't break through and kill them. I'm gonna have to go with Humankind. Let's do Humankind. Let's spice this up. Humankind.
Ooh, okay.
Humankind is a brand new IP. Well, I'm not trying to say Inscription is. I'm pretty sure Inscription is too, but
yeah, Inscription is. I'm going off the back of Flight Simulator being a game from last year. I think yes, it got released on another platform this year, but I think its heat was last year. I'm going on that. It could easily still win because I think of the games here, it's the one that most people would have probably played because this is a really weird genre. But I'm going off the heat that Inscription is a Devolver game. It's a game that people are talking about. It's a game that's actually is not just a card game. It's like an actual a mechanically more interesting game that it looks at.
Yeah.
I'm going off that.
Yeah. I mean, I want Inscription to win. I just think that, kind of like Forza, I think just Microsoft Flight Simulator is just too big. It's like a 7475 jumbo jet. You know what I mean, Jordan? You know what I mean?
747?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that jets or whatever. Anyways, before we jump into the next section, I just wanted to take a moment and hey, look, hey guy, hey girl, hey dog. If you're watching this, that kind of works. If you're watching this and you're enjoying this and you're having a good time with us and you're laughing at our jokes and all that good stuff. Oh my god, I just pulled something down. Hold on 1 second. All right. Please, would you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and especially hit that notification bell. If you do those 3 things, we'll love you. And if you do that last thing for sure, you'll be able to know exactly when we are putting our newest videos. So, do that, please. And thank you. And we appreciate it. All right. Next category, we have Best Family. No games.
This is another weird category.
Yeah, no games allowed here. It's just Best Family. In Best Family, we have It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Mario 3 World plus Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. Jordan, where are you going here?
I will go with Super Mario World. Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury. I think that one, because once again, It Takes Two. I mean, every nomination, every category I see It Takes Two in, That's a red
Mm-hmm.
herring. Like they're recognizing it's a good family game, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it's gonna win at like closer to the top. Um, yeah, and Browser's Fury. I heard pretty good things about that game
Okay.
compared to the Mario Party and WarioWare.
Avery, where are you going with this?
I'm going Mario Party Superstars. I think
Oh.
about Super Mario. I think New Pokemon Snap is a game that everyone was excited for. People forgot it existed. It came out, and I don't really hear most people talk about it. I think for the most part, Jordan's correct about It Takes Two in regards to its prominence in other categories. That being said, it's not a family game. It's very much not a. It's a game about two adults getting a divorce and how it destroys their family. It's like not a family game.
Yeah. So this is I totally get like this is one of the harder categories for me because I think it might be in between Mario Party Superstars and It Takes Two.
I think
And
Mario Party.
Go ahead.
No, and Mario Party Superstars is all the best Mario Party content in one package.
Yeah, and like it's one of those things where Mario Party is such a juggernaut in that genre where I feel like Mario Party makes sense because you can literally play that with anyone, and those games are so easily digestible. So it doesn't matter how old everyone who's playing, like we can all understand the games. Um, I'm leaning towards It Takes Two because although it's a story about divorce, I've heard just like more than one people like play the game with like siblings and like kids and such, and it's just like
But like, who's voting on this?
that's true. That's a good point. Like those people who are voting
Most
understand
people,
what this game's
most of the
about.
journalists look at this and also know where they're voting with It Takes Two are going to be like, it doesn't need to win. It doesn't need to win this category.
All right, you got me. I'm going with Mario Party Superstars. Yeah. New Pokemon Snap was just it's okay. It's okay. Next up we have Best Fighting. Yes. Okay. In this category, we have Demon Slayer, Japanese words. The Hinokami
Kimetsu no
Chronicles.
Yaiba, which is just
There you
translation
go.
of Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I could have read it, but I just didn't. I didn't want to impress the viewers all that much. And then next up, we have Guilty Gear. Next up, we have Guilty Gear Strive. Then we got Melty Blood, Type Lumina.
Strive is a great example of what makes Roman numerals awesome. Cause I'm pretty sure this is the 5th Guilty Gear game.
Is that what that?
What box art looks like?
So Strive with a V. They announced it as Strive.
Nah, they should just slap the 5 in there. Should be 5. All right. Then we have Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl, and then we have, for some weird reason, Virtual Fighter 5. I swear to God, if Virtual Fighter 5 wins this,
There's no shot. No one. I don't hear anyone talking about that game.
I'm gonna karate chop the world and start outside. Okay. So
the streets of Brazil have been talking about it. I mean, but
no, they can keep it. I'm not going out there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and first. I'm gonna go. This is another category where I think it's gonna be Guilty Gear, but I kind of want it to be Demon Slayers. There's no way.
There is no shot Demon Slayer wins, but you can vote on it.
No. I'm gonna go Guilty Gear. Although I did hear about Melty Blood, I didn't even look it up. I was like,
Melty Blood is. I'm pretty sure Melty Blood is made by Arc System Works, but it's like one of their secondary titles because, as I said before, and TA didn't agree with me. Arc System Works is a double A studio.
What? No way. There should at least be double A and then a lowercase a right under the double A or something. I don't know. Anyways, Avery, where are you going with this?
I'm going Guilty Gear. I played Guilty Gear. It's an awesome game. Yeah, I'm playing Guilty Gear.
All right. And then Jordan, to round it up.
Guilty Gear. When it first came out, I heard a whole lot about it. It looks artistically looks great.
Yes, you were right. The animation style, it is superb. All right. Next category, we have Best Role Playing. Not game, just best role playing. First up, we have Cyberpunk 2077.
Came back from the dead. I love it.
Look at us, we work now. All right. Next up, we have Monster Hunter Rise. And then we have Scarlet Nexus, followed by Shinigami Tensei 5 or V because Roman numerals are weird. Then we have Tales of Arise. I'm just gonna go ahead and go first because it's gonna be easy. I'm going Tales of Arise.
Okay.
Jordan, where are you going?
I am literally playing Scarlet Nexus right now, and I'm having a great time.
Oh.
I had great things to say about Cyberpunk. Go back to our Cyberpunk review cast to see the last, the last known.
One of my favorite games of
visual-
last year.
Like one of the last known proof of life of Cameron, because he literally came on this podcast to talk shit about Cyberpunk, and I wasn't having that. I was not.
He came up with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. That's right.
Yeah, I'm like between Scarlet Nexus and Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh,
I mean, it'd be a ballsy fucking move if they were like, yo, Cyberpunk 27 for best role playing. That would be fucking.
I'll tell you right now.
Mean shit.
If Cyberpunk wins this category, I'm going to karate chop the world with both hands. Like,
yeah.
So
I'm gonna go with Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, this is a super weird category, and it shows that there hasn't been really a depth of role playing games in this era, especially coming from a Western setting. So that's why Cyberpunk is here. I like Cyberpunk, but like I get this is the only way it's going to get any representation for the most part. I'm going with Shin Megami Tensei. I mean Tensei.
Ooh. Okay. I actually had that on my my league, but I take it off. I took.
You fucked up your shit, man.
No. I went to take it off, but it was too late, and it scored pretty well. So I was like, all right, cool, that works for me. Yeah, all right. We have a split again. All right, let's go to the next category. Best action / adventure. Let's see where this thing is. All right. We have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Avery, where are you going with this?
Fuck you. I'm going with Metroid Dread. I think it is. Yeah, I'm going with Metroid Dread.
Okay.
I won't explain why I'm going with Metroid Dread to you guys. So
until after.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan, where are you going with this?
This is strong. And 3 of these are game of the year, so it kind of shows where their heads were at. I'm gonna go with Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. So
Yeah.
my question is, why wasn't
actually wait? Hold up. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up and see if Metroid is.
Metroid is also a game of the year.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I'll give him this one.
I wonder why that wasn't put into best role playing.
What, Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
It's not a role playing game. Every game has skill trees.
Yeah.
And like
you got skill trees in Resident Evil Village?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. I misunderstood what you just said. I get you now. Okay.
Yeah.
Best action adventure. I mean, if I don't think about this, I feel like I would give it to Ratchet and Clank. But Ratchet and Clank is in the game of the year category, and as much as I'm kind of shaky about if it's gonna win the game of the year too. Just competing with a bunch of other stuff, and like Ratchet and Clank came out, a lot of people liked it, and it was great. It was pretty, but you know, people have kind of stopped the conversation around that game.
I mean, it is. I think out of all these action adventure games, it is like the strongest in terms of basic mechanics. Like in terms of action, like
and
Ratchet
presentation
has
too.
like the most action.
Yeah. All right. This one is okay. We are okay. I'm looking up on the list real quick so we got Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts 2, Metroid Dread, It Takes Two, and Deathloop Game of the Year. Where else is Ratchet and Clank? Ratchet and Clank isn't anywhere else, is it? No. Oh, best game direction.
Game direction.
Yeah.
They didn't give a narrative.
I'm gonna go with Ratchet and Clank on this. I feel like this would be an easy pick for Ratchet and Clank versus the other games where yeah.
I went Metroid Dread because of recency bias. Like Ratchet has been so far out, and that as you guys have said, people for the most part have slightly forgotten about it. It could easily be Psychonauts 2. Like, and that's just the Tim Schafer effect propelling that game forward. But I think the game that people have been talking about more recently the most, and have just been like people who hate Metroid Dread's a hard game, and people who hate hard games are playing Metroid Dread. It's like it's one of the best games I've ever played. So I'm gonna call Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. The only hesitance I have with Metroid, just in general, is that is so niche, and especially
it's the highest selling Metroid game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Let me undo those a couple.
Nope. You've already locked it in. I'm not here to give you information. I'm here to win, TJ.
All right. Looks like Avery's gonna go first for the next.
I'm just gonna do the exact same
thing. All right. Next category, we got best action, and this time they said game at the end. I'm not sure why. Anyways, all right. We got Back 4 Blood. We have Chivalry 2, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. Okay, Jordan, you go first. Deathloop. Okay.
On this one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go next. I want to go Deathloop.
Actually, no. Damn.
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. No, we've already moved on. He's already moved on.
No.
I'm gonna change it to Returnal. I want to change to Returnal.
Okay. I'm trying to win this. You guys are making it really difficult.
Yeah, I think I was saying I want to go Deathloop, but I feel like in the category of action, I think the game's direction is better than the action in that game. Far Cry 6 open world, Chivalry 2, I don't know anything about that. Is that the medieval game?
Yeah. First person claymores and shit.
Oh, good job on them for getting this far. Back 4 Blood. I'm gonna go Returnal too. I feel like in terms of action, that game speaks to this category. Avery?
Yeah, I'm voting for Returnal because it was robbed for Game of the Year, and this is pretty much the only place it's really nominated. So I'm guessing people are going to give it best action game.
Okay, all right, let's do it. We are all on the Returnal train. I actually know it. I just saw the YouTube video of the ending of that game. Interesting. Next category we have best VR/AR. We have Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, and Sniper Elite VR. I'm just gonna go with Resident Evil 4. That's where I'm at.
Have there been good? Wait, well, okay, you're pushing things.
I'm not gonna say anything yet.
I didn't hear that too many great things about Resident Evil 4 VR.
Well, the reason why I'm going with Resident Evil 4 is because I actually, from what I heard it was really well received. Yeah.
Okay.
I could be totally wrong.
Dumb as hell.
Avery, you go next.
Fuck you. I'm going with Hitman. I'm going for Hitman. Hitman also Hitman wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, right?
No.
Yeah. I'm going for Hitman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Jordan.
Yeah, I was gonna go for Hitman also.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's see.
Because Hitman is like one of my games. Like once we have a Game of the Year podcast, it's on there.
Okay.
And the thing about Hitman 3 VR, it's the entire game in VR. While Resident Evil they had to modify that game for VR. Well, Hitman 3, it's do you want to play it in VR or do you want to play it standard?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Give me 1 second. What is it? Why is it doing this? Okay. Cool. All right. Did I? Okay, I got everything. Next category, we have innovation and accessibility presented by Chevrolet. Let me find this one. Anyways, we have Far Cry 6, Forza Horizon 5, Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, Ratchet and Clank, and what? The Veil? Shadow of the Crown? I don't even know what that is. Jordan, you go first. Which one is this?
Forza Horizon 5 because of how it was one of those games that are built around Xbox's accessibility initiative, which has specially designed controllers for those that are various types of amputations, be it your individual appendages on your fingers,
Yeah.
full arm, blindness. Like Forza Horizon 5 is an example of their first party studios being integrated into the accessibility program, which is
Yeah.
very advanced right now because they've been hacking away at that for the past 5 years.
Yeah, I'm also going Forza 5 on this. Like for everything that Jordan said, on top of them adding sign language to the game, which is a first in.
Yeah, this might be a throw for me, but I'm going Far Cry. Yeah, I probably should go Forza, and I think Forza probably is. But I think Far Cry in accessibility is in your face. You start that game, and it asks you about accessibility.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, it might be a throw for me.
Yeah. All right, next game is a best community support. We have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14 online. Is that 14? X1V?
Yes, it's
Or
14.
XIV? Okay. Fortnite and No Man's Skies. Jordan, where are you going on this?
I'm just saying, like, are we asking which of these communities are the least toxic?
Well, I mean, no. I think best community support specifically talks about the devs conversation with its fan base, and less of how bad its fan base is.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Destiny 2 is fucking around with that transmog system that they've been bitching about for ever, and Bungie doesn't seem too willing. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy 14. Fortnite continues to be Fortnite. No Man's Sky just kept on growing.
Yeah.
ever since like in terms of it being at the pit, like 5 years ago, and where it is now. Yeah, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is gonna be the fucking Randy Savage of this, like comeback kid child shit, dog.
Yeah, like so. Okay. This is a tough category for me because my heart would love it to be No Man's Sky. My brain would say Apex Legends, but my my current events brain, which is on top of my normal brain, it's like piloting my brain. It's like a little Gundam. It's like a Gundam pilot in my head, and my brain's like. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy Online, Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm also going with Final Fantasy 14, but you continue. Okay. I'll explain later.
Yeah. Yes. Essentially, Endwalker is literally in the mouths of so many people. I've heard the term Endwalker so many times from people that I didn't even think was into Final Fantasy 14 that it's just like, all right, this is where they're gonna give this game props. Like it got delayed, and apparently the developers were like so heartbroken that it got delayed. They put like a apology letter out, and it was just like it was literally heartfelt. And I think they're gonna give the developers their flowers this time around.
Pretty much for the same things. I like when you said Apex, I laughed because Apex and this community have never had a good relationship. So like that, like,
oh really?
if journalists wrote like if Apex won, I would question the credibility of the voting party because like you clearly have no understanding of the relationship between this community and all that bullshit. I think everything you said about Final Fantasy was completely apt. So that's the reason I'm voting for it.
Yeah. But man, I
either that or the super lazy Fortnite. Either that or the super lazy Fortnite, but I'm voting for Final Fantasy.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Best Mobile Game. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and just go first on this one. Wait, let me find it first. Okay. Best Mobile Game. We have Fantasian. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Fantasian.
Yeah,
we have Genshin Impact. We got League of Legends Wild Rift, Marvel's Future Revolution, and Pokemon Unite. Oh, this category. Again, My heart says Genshin because I think Genshin has exploded and it continues to just grow and grow. And Genshin is also in best ongoing game, but I don't. There's literal heavy hitters in that category too, so I don't think Genshin's gonna get that. So I'm gonna go Genshin here. I might be throwing this one because Pokemon is also a juggernaut, even though Pokemon Unite is a little But yeah, I'm gonna go Genshin. Avery, where you at?
This is a weird category. I can't really predict it because I know Fantasian is the actual real game here. It is an actual like beginning to end actual game on mobile created by one of the Final Fantasy creators. So it has a really good pedigree, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. I just know mobile game. Genshin is like when I think of that game, I don't think of phones. I know it can be played on phones, but I don't think of phones. So getting voted for here, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I
the
think
thing is, Genshin was on Best Mobile last year too.
Yeah, I think it's League of Legends. Yeah, I think it's League of Legends Wild Rift, which is just League of Legends, but you can play it on your phone. So like that's what I'm voting for.
Okay. And then Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know any of these fucking games. Shit.
Which one sounds the coolest in your eyes?
Let's do Pokemon. Let's pretend that I'm going to think that game is Pokemon Go in this year 2015.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Next category we have Best Indie. On this category, we have 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Ken and Bridge of Spirits, Inscription, and Loop Hero. Avery, you go first.
This is an incredibly hard category with one bad game here. So I don't know why. I know it's here. I know why it's here, but it shouldn't be here. I'm going Death's Door.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Death's Door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is tough because I want to give
Kenna... 40 games are great. 40 games are really great.
I want to give Kenna like their flowers, and they definitely deserve it because that game is beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm going Kenna. Jordan.
Yeah, Death's Door is made by 2 people, and I think that.
Wait, Death's Door is made by 2 people?
2 people. And I think that in itself is an achievement. And it's on my games. It's on my top 5 game of the year when I was playing it. I mean, yeah, Death's Door like that. I still think about that game's music. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I am completely okay with losing this category because that is super impressive. If that game achieves so much,
man. That last segment was like I'd never had a ringer that hard in a game in such a long time.
Oh man, okay, all right. Next category, we have Best Ongoing. In this category, we got Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Oh boy, okay. I'll go first. This is tough because Apex and Call of Duty are juggernauts. Final Fantasy 14 it's a great game. I don't know if I'd put best ongoing because they work off of expansions. So they really get the boon on the content drops. But I guess if the game is continuously putting out expansions, then it is ongoing. So I just defeated myself there. And then Fortnite, Fortnite is Fortnite. Fortnite has apparently The Rock in it and Naruto and Naruto. And then Genshin Impact. I might just go Fortnite here. Man, like Warzone has a problem with cheating, so it's not really great.
Well, that's the thing though. Is the games media audience really that involved in the actual minutia of Warzone to be like, oh, it's got these problems that need to be dealt with? They're like really outside of, I play Warzone and it's fun.
You know what? I thank you for saying those words, Avery, because that cemented in my mind that it's going to be Fortnite. And the reason why I feel like it's going to be Fortnite is because we are talking about the games media, and the games media likes to jump around on games. And Warzone really hasn't had a big pop this year, where Fortnite has Naruto in it, and everyone knows who the orange jumpsuit kid with the believe it hair is. So I definitely think I think it's gonna be Fortnite. Jordan, where you at here?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Apex Legends, did they switch seasons this year? Did they go?
We're on season. We are on season 11 currently.
How many seasons do they have this year?
I believe 4. They have one every 3 months around.
Call of Duty is a mess. Final Fantasy, I don't know shit about that. Is Genshin Impact still good? Like,
Yeah,
because I remember
yeah.
y'all kind of fell off in that shit.
Well, DJ fell off because of other games and less because he was tired of Genshin.
But like, really and truly, if I didn't have the responsibility of a baby, there'd be time where I can put into Genshin. Like, the reason why I fell off of Genshin was because like it is a daily kind of grind kind of thing to make sure you get your primo coins and so on and so forth. They just released a big update with more story content. So it's definitely in the conversation. Like, I see why it's here, and like every time they have content drops, it gets a big pop, and like a lot of people all have eyes on it. So I don't know. My heart wants to go Genshin, but I just don't think enough of games journalists this side of the sea is playing that game for it to really be the best ongoing. I could be wrong though.
I'm gonna go with Fortnite. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like a Thanksgiving Day balloon sometime next year, like sooner or later. Some character's gonna be in a Thanksgiving Day parade. That's when you know.
That's true.
Change the culture.
Avery, where is your head?
It's between Fortnite and Final Fantasy. Yeah. Fortnite is the most popular, and it's had the best, like, in terms of like headline year. But I'm gonna say Final Fantasy because I know enough game journalists won't shut up about Final Fantasy, to the point where I know Fanbyte has an entire part of their like marketing strategy to just have a Final Fantasy 14 section.
Yeah. So you're going for Final Fantasy?
Yeah, I'm going for Final Fantasy.
All right. Cool. All right. Next up, we have games for Impact. I'm trying to find it on the list. I'm just gonna read it off the thing. All right, we have Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon, Chicory, A Colorful Tale, Life is Strange, True Colors, and No Longer Home. Avery, you go first.
I think it's Before Your Eyes.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna tell you why.
Okay. I have no idea what that game is about, so I'm also gonna go before saying no. I'm gonna go Chicory on this. Again, I'm just kind of just throwing it out there. I hear a lot about Chicory, how great it is, and
Anna Garcia won't shut up about it.
Yeah, so I feel like I hear more about that game than Life is Strange True Colors. So that's where I'm at. Jordan, where you at?
I mean, the only point of reference I have here is Boyfriend's Dungeon or Life is Strange. Only games I'm familiar with. I'm going with Life is Strange.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
I picked Before Your Eyes because it's a game that you play by blinking. It's a game I believe is designed to simulate being blind.
Oh, interesting.
Like the game only, like the time passes in the game between your blinks.
Oh. That's interesting. Okay.
But this could be a throw category.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Best Performance. Do I have it on here? Is it? I'm just gonna read off the thing. Oh wait, we got names. Oh Lord.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. For best performance, you have Erica Mori as Alex Chen from Life is Strange: True Colors. You have Giancarlo Esposito as Anton Castillo from Far Cry 6. You have Jason Keeley as Colt Vaughn from Deathloop. You have Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. And you have, oh god, fuck me, and I'm African. Ozima Akaga as Juliana Blake.
I actually I shouted Ozima out.
Yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this a little bit ago.
All right. Best performances.
This is a very difficult category.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Gus from Breaking Bad. Come on, Far Cry 6.
Okay. Okay.
Grand Moff Gideon. Right.
See, I want to go Deathloop here. Lady Dimitrescu is interesting in here. I just wasn't aware that she had that many speaking lines in Resident Evil 8 to be in here, but I also
you
don't
know that? No. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh, is it more of the likeness?
No.
Okay. Man, I think what's my stumble block is the fact that Colt and Juliana are on here. And it's like they work in tandem so well that it's hard to just pick one person. And I think the only person that's left for me is Erica from Life is Strange. So I'm going to go with that.
I'm going with Jason Keeley as Colt Vaughn. I think that I love, like, this is a difficult category for them. Outside of Giancarlo, which is a celebrity throw in regards to best performances. Like, I don't think, like, I haven't finished Far Cry, but I'm pretty sure there are probably better performances from other characters in Far Cry, but he's the biggest name. I think if we're being lazy, he will win it because he's the biggest name on this list. But in regards to actual performances, I think both Jason and Ozima have really great performances in Deathloop. I think you don't forget, like, if you play Resident Evil 7, you don't forget. No, 8. You don't forget Lady Dimitrescu and Maggie's performance, and she has, from a social media standpoint, owned that. In that, like, she's not really a voice actor. Like, this was her first big role, and she kind of owned the Dimitrescu thing. But I'm gonna go Jason Keeley as Colt Vaughn.
Okay. Cool. All right. Next category. Best audio design. We have Deathloop, Forza 5, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal. I'll go first in this. I feel like in this list, the default is Forza because of how much detail and how much effort they put into getting the audio of the wheels vibrating on the walls because the cars drive on walls and all the craziness that. Wait, what is Forza? But yeah, I'm gonna go Forza just because I have a knowledge of what they went through to get the sounds and stuff of the cars, the engines, and the honks and all that other stuff. Yeah. Jordan?
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
They had a pretty detailed developer's diary. They hundreds upon hundreds of cars. They put the audio both inside and outside the car. Yeah. And also, remember I said the fucking rainstorm and sandstorm you're in? It's like, yo, I feel like I'm about to die. I feel like this is becoming a survival game. Yeah, same here. So yeah, Forza Horizon's might walk away with this one.
Avery, where you at?
This is an incredibly difficult category, so I don't know. So I guess I might fuck around and vote Returnal. I think that game's audio design is fucking fantastic, and it's operating on non-terrestrial soundscapes.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go Returnal.
Yeah.
I want to default to Forza, but I think I'll go Returnal. It's a hard category. I'm probably throwing with it, but I'm gonna go Returnal.
Yeah, my heart is actually tied between not tied. My heart is with Ratchet, just because I feel like that game sounded really really good with all the guns and such. But yeah. Next category we got best score and music. I'm just gonna go ahead and bow out of this one. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Because I don't hear music. All right, now actually, I'll go first.
What are the games, DJ? Before we start voting,
You're right. Thanks for keeping me honest, Avery. All right, we got Cyberpunk 2077. We have Deathloop. We have Near Replicant version 1.22474487139. Nailed it. And then we have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. And then we have The Artful Escape. I will go first. I am just gonna go ahead and just say Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, mainly just because a lot of the journalists are white, and that game nails
fuck
white
you.
music.
Fuck you, DJ. Fuck you. Every game on this nails white music. Maybe you can argue Deathloop. You can argue against Deathloop.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's a lot of old school '80s classic music on there, and missing a couple of the heavy hitters. I didn't hear no Run DMC. Anyways, Jordan, you know.
Peter Quill from Kansas is listening to Run DMC.
Jordan, you're next. Where are you going with this?
I'm gonna have to go. I mean, Artful Escape only had only had 3 songs. Like that shit just blended together in terms of like that hardcore, not hardcore, but electric rock, 80s inspired electric rock music. It sounded great, but that shit got tired real quick. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw a track list. It was pretty strong. I don't know what type of music's in Near Replicant. I'd imagine a lot of it's just original scores, essentially, right?
Yes.
Deathloop, still got to play it.
Can I change my
No.
No, you can't.
No.
You can't. Cyberpunk had a whole bunch of partnerships with new artists, like Run the Jewels, and they had like that fucking Polish group that needed to learn English to do Johnny Said or whatever. Which sounded cool. I mean, I love Cyberpunk shit. I'm gonna go Cyberpunk. Let's do Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Cyberpunk has some original songs.
We and Jordan on the exact same wavelength. Like this is a super difficult fucking category to reference because pretty much everything here, I played most of everything here, and they all have really solid soundtracks. Guardians gets away with having just a greatest hits of like that time period, but Cyberpunk is not going to win anything else. Went out of their way to build an entire future soundscape. It doesn't involve anything new, and I still listen to the songs in Cyberpunk. So I'm going with Cyberpunk.
As Jordan got to Near Replicant, I remember that the only thing that wasn't broken in Cyberpunk 2077 was the music. I was like, crap, that could actually win. All right, we're getting close to the end now. All right, best art direction. We have Deathloop, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and The Artful Escape. I'll go first. I'm gonna say Deathloop. I think in terms of Deathloop, in terms of what they achieved. Oh, I also actually wait. Hold on. Let me take that back. Is there a best game direction?
Yeah, there is at the top.
Best. Yeah. Okay. Is Deathloop on that? Okay. Never mind. Not doing that. Where are you? Best art direction. All right. Best art direction. I am going to go with. I'm gonna. Man, I want to go with Ratchet and Clank. I love Kenna. I think Kenna is great looking, but in terms of nailing, in terms of making furries the most realistic as possible, Ratchet and Clank definitely got it. Like I was looking for Ratchet and Clank images recently for another
poor
podcast.
Man. You poor man. This man typed in Rivet and saw the fucking floodgates.
I didn't even get that far. I just put in Ratchet and Clank, and I just saw. I actually the picture I landed on was a picture of Rivet, but like it was just like a 4K image, and you can see the texture in her like scarf, and it was like I think they did a fantastic job with making that game as realistic as a Lombax could possibly be in 2021. Almost at 2020. Yep. All right. Avery, where you at?
This is a really difficult one because this is me voting on I can't decide whether I'm trying to vote on what I think journalists are going to vote for or my own personal taste. I went Australian there for a second. I think journalists love Tim Schafer. They love the aesthetic of his games. I think in regard to best art direction, they're going to give it to Psychonauts 2, especially because it has no chance anywhere else in these categories. That being said, I don't like the way Psychonauts looks. I can speak to its design, like its actual like world design being very interesting, but in terms of its art direction, it kind of turns me off. I'm gonna go Deathloop. This might be a throw, but I'm gonna go Deathloop. I think it's gonna be Psychonauts 2, but I'm going Deathloop.
All right. And then Jordan, where you at?
Yeah, my ontology behind this category is I don't think you're gonna hit it with Ratchet and Clank DJ. Like that is the best looking game of the year. And for me personally, it's right next to Forza Horizon. It's like the neck and neck in terms of like the beauty of those two games, the amount of effort those designers put into making those games look fucking amazing. So I don't think that's gonna win a best art direction category because it's kind of going for somewhat I wouldn't say photorealism, but like just a very good looking 3D game.
Right.
Psychonauts 2, does have its own flavor, and there were levels in that game which, design-wise, like it had color, it had feeling.
Yeah, like I said, nothing can argue the game design of Psychonauts. Its aesthetic is where I'm like, I personally don't like.
And Kena did seem to have its own flair along with Deathloop. Like, take Ratchet and Clank out of this category, but me personally, I'm gonna go with the Artful Escape. Because like they had, I think out of all of these games, it had the most distinctive design.
Yeah,
is what I can put. Like the most distinctive, like it's like puppeting, like 2D puppeting. Essentially, is how the characters were.
Interesting.
Like the aesthetic of those characters, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one was a sneaky one to take this category.
Yeah, I realize that I've not seen anything on the Artful Escape until just now. It looks pretty. Like there's a lot of colors.
It's one of those games where there was a lot of, for at least in my understanding, there was a lot of hype going into it. Like people were like, oh, this looks really good. The game came out and people were like, yeah. And we sort of moved on. It didn't leave that big of a splash. At least I don't think so. I could be in my echo chamber.
It was a fairly short game. Like I beat it. Like it's like 5 hours long, and that's why I said it. I was always hesitant calling the Artful Escape a game because it's not hard. It's just you going forward. You're just going forward. It's more of like a visual presentation than a game. But it was a great. It was. I mean, I still remember it to this day.
Okay. All right. Let's jump into the next category, which is Best Narrative. All right. For Best Narrative, we have. I'm just gonna read off the thing. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange: True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. I'll go ahead and go first. This is a tough one for me. I really wished I saw the ending or watched the ending of Deathloop. I didn't because I still believe I'm going to play and beat that game. But in terms of narrative, like I want to give it to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I feel like I don't know much about Psychonauts 2, but I think in the overall spectrum of things, I think It Takes Two. Did I say It Takes Two?
You said Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
No. When I was listing off the nominees, okay, cool. Yeah, I think It Takes Two. I think in terms of the story is just kind of a story of divorce and a couple like getting it or
I
figuring
mean, it's a
themselves
good
out.
story. It's a good story.
Yeah. But I think what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy is, I think this is their category to win. I don't know, man. That's tough to say. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and go Marvels. I'm gonna go Guardians of the Galaxy. I think what they did with the narrative and their choices they made was great, and it wasn't. I think the narrative was the best part of the game because the gameplay definitely wasn't. My name starts with a D. Okay. Jordan, where you at here?
This is. I mean, I wish I played more Deathloop so I can have a discernible choice here. Um,
Did you play outside of Psychonauts? Did you play any other games on this list?
no, but I did read about them though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm
to
the
your
same
point,
way.
Avery, I am gonna go with Psychonauts 2.
Mm.
It just felt like Psychonauts. Some of the themes there were fairly ambitious to me compared to other, story-driven games I played so far in my quote-unquote gaming career. It's not a gaming career, but me playing video games. There were some concepts that they touched on in terms of boundaries.
Yeah.
And
like mental health, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, of course you can tell this game was a labor of love for Tim Schafer, as they tried to bring it across the finish line. But there were some conversations in that game that kind of hit home. I would say like personally, but I'm like, damn, if I was in that situation, how would I have acted? Like if I just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something, which felt like a fairly consistent story thread for that game. And of course, the levels are pretty cool and all that. But narrative wise, yeah, like I mean, what could have, and I think we kind of touched upon this, was a lot of the side characters outside the main protagonist needed some more development. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna be surprised if these other games did better. But nonetheless, I feel like Psychonauts 2 had a fairly strong narrative overall.
Okay. Cool. Avery, where you at?
Okay, so I played every game here to completion.
Oh wow.
Deathloop has a really it has a banger beginning, but from a narrative standpoint, peters out by the very end. It Takes Two is a really, really strong story of divorce and stuff, but it's more a fun story than it's like a profound story. I personally don't really like Psychonauts 2 story. But I think the Tim Schafer buff is going to definitely push it forward for people. Though I can't tell if it's one of those things either or. Life is Strange True Color is the best Life is Strange story. Okay. But I think Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, from a pure storytelling standpoint, shits on every game here. Every character in that game fucking hits on all cylinders. Every character is very well acted. There's no blank space of why is this character here from a narrative standpoint. Everything from a world and construction standpoint really works. I'm gonna go Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. But it could easily be Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 is a dark horse in every category it's in because of the Tim Schafer buff.
Yeah, I feel like out of the categories that I've seen it in, Psychonauts could definitely take this category. It's just personal opinion at this point, really. Next category, best game direction. We have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna give this to Deathloop.
DJ, hold up. What's the definition of this category?
Awards for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Thank you, because I was gonna have to get real close to my monitor to read that tiny print. How dare they? Yeah.
There are three games on this list that actually fit that definition.
The creativity of it, I guess, is that?
Yeah.
Creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Innovation.
I'm going Deathloop. I think Deathloop meets and nails game direction in terms of this is a game about time loops, and it does it very, very well and does it very smartly. And I think this is where Deathloop gets its flowers, because like that is the thing that everyone talked about with Deathloop, because it's like, what kind of game was this? How does this work? No one really understood when it first showed off, and then by the 20th showing of the game, we all understood what the game was, and when the game came out, people liked the game. So I think that's where I'm going. I'm sorry, I said 20th. I meant 21st. Jordan, where you at?
Yeah, you can remove Psychonauts 2 and Ratchet and Clank from this category. Both those games are great, but when I hear the two adjectives, creativity and innovation, I just feel like those two games are doing greatly at something that they've done before,
Yeah,
and
they're
honing
sequels.
that lane of third person action adventure essentially.
Right.
But Returnal, I mean, I feel like journalists love Returnal based on what I saw that game was doing pretty awesome with the colors and the shooting and the movement. But
hmm
Deathloop was loud as hell this year. It's Take Two was loud at the beginning of the year,
hmm
and stayed pretty consistent throughout. So like between those three, I'll split us out. I'll do Returnal. I'll
Okay.
do Returnal.
All right.
The game
Avery, where you
direction.
at?
Yeah, Jordan's assessment is completely correct. Psychonauts 2, the PS2 game. Well, it's a PS2 game in this era. Really great, but it doesn't
Jesus
innovate.
Christ.
Ratchet and Clank is a PS3 game in this era. I'm not holding back. Returnal is a high budget roguelike, but there are many of its ilk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think mechanically it's a lot different than a lot of roguelikes, but
Yeah.
actually Risk of Rain is a game, so
Yeah.
it's not really.
Hey everyone. Sorry about that. My computer decided to go on strike for a little bit. You really didn't miss too much. Me and Avery had a conversation about the game direction of Returnal, but we'll save that for an actual an actual normal episode. So real quick, best game direction, just to make sure that it is captured. Myself and Avery are voting for Deathloop, and then Jordan is voting for Returnal. Now let us jump to the last category, which is Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Nailed it. All right. We have we have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
We also missed Resident Evil Village.
Oh shoot, yes, you're right. Resident Evil Village. Okay. Avery, you go first.
No, you go first.
Jordan, you go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. Because what would happen sometimes is whatever game ends up winning best narrative or best game direction, usually they're not game of the year. Like you would kind of see them be a little bit tactful. Like a game will be super high up in those categories or gain in those categories, but based on my knowledge, I don't remember seeing like a game winning narrative and game of the year, or game direction or game. It's either or.
Yeah.
That's not. Last year, no, that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Oh, really?
No. I believe last year, Last of Us Part 2 won Game of the Year and Best Game Direction and Best Game Narrative.
Oh, it was a freak, man.
I remember that.
But maybe I'm still stuck in 2018 with God of War. I think God of War won Best Narrative and Game of the Year. Or, no, Red Dead Redemption won Best Narrative.
No, I know. Let me check.
I don't.
God of War. No, God of War won both Game Direction and Game of the Year. I believe Red Dead won Best Narrative.
Right.
Okay.
So I will. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle right now in terms of which one of these games would win, because all of them were doing great. I don't think it's going to be Ratchet and Clank, unfortunately, or Psychonauts 2, or Metroid. I'd go with Deathloop.
Okay.
Just because it's in the game best. I think Deathloop's going to win. I don't think Deathloop's going to get game best game direction, but I do believe Deathloop's going to get Game of the Year.
Okay. All right. I will go. Yeah, so this of course is a very hard category. Like We have a bunch of heavy hitters. My heart wants to go Ratchet and Clank. Almost said Metroid. Yeah, like my heart wants to go Ratchet and Clank. I think
there's an argument. It is probably the most easily accessible game out on this list.
Yeah. I want to go Ratchet and Clank. I think the way that I am predicting things go, the Ratchet and Clank has won enough, so they don't necessarily need Game of the Year. I still feel like Ratchet and Clank is like it basically hits everything. Like game looks good, gameplay is good, sounds good. It's Ratchet, it's Clank, and you got new characters. Resident Evil Village, like although I didn't play it, like Lady Dimitrescu got a fan base. And the game itself is like, it's good. Like Avery, you've mentioned you had a lot of points about like how great that game is and like how different it is from
like my argument for why it's on this list. I don't agree that it should be on this list. I think there are other games that are better this year that are on this list. But when this list came out, it was on there, and I understood why. Of the third-party AAA games, it hits the most points of where most people would have played it, and then said, "This is a Game of the Year contender." I don't think it's Game of the Year, but I understand why it's on this list.
Right. Yeah, Metroid Dread, I think that's great. I think it's a great nomination to be nominated for Game of the Year. I don't think that's doing enough to be Game of the Year. Deathloop, I think it's great. I'm kind of tied between Deathloop and It Takes Two. I think it's gonna go to It Takes Two because I think It Takes Two it's nominated for a lot. That means that a lot of people really like that game and they've chosen to put it in the different categories. So there's definitely something to be thought about there. I think when it comes to Game of the Year, I think It Takes Two is probably the most talked about game of this year, especially when we're talking about like major outlets. So but my heart's really Ratchet and Clank. Do I go with my heart? Do I go with my heart or my brain? I'm gonna go with my brain. I'm gonna go It Takes Two. Avery, where you at with this Game of the Year nominations?
I was going into this and this day thinking Deathloop. But as we went through this and I assessed my own Game of the Year, I fucking realized, you know what game is 50 games of the year? It Takes Two. I think Deathloop's going to win Best Game Direction because it ultimately ends up, it's whichever of these two games between Deathloop or It Takes Two wins Best Game Direction is the one that's going to win. The other one is going to win Best Game.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think because I gave Deathloop Best Game Direction, I'm giving Best Game of the Year to It Takes Two. In a year, I'm also operating on the weird Game Awards thing of that people love Joseph Ferris. He came out with a game at the beginning of the year. People are still talking about it this year to the point it got nominated so many times. Recently has made the game even a more hotter issue with things such as the Take-Two nonsense.
Oh, the
and then nothing would make and then here's the thing, nothing would make the Game Awards audience more happier to see Joseph Ferris
trademark claim.
Yeah. See Joseph Ferris get up on stage and say fuck the Oscars again. So I'm going It Takes Two.
Oh man. All right. We did it.
It's also a relatively small indie game.
Yeah,
yes, it's published by EA, but it's published by their EA Originals program, which pretty much means all EA is really doing is helping its marketing and stuff. They're getting no money from it. So it's an entirely independent game.
Yeah, I think this could be It Takes Two to win. Again, my heart, Ratchet and Clank. But I think, when you look at it, we kind of talked about it before, like Psychonauts 2 and Ratchet and Clank, they're both sequels. Resident Evil Village is a sequel, kind of different sequel. Metroid Dread, sequel, kind of different sequel. Deathloop and It Takes Two are two new properties. They both did really, really well. And I think, a lot of people like both games.
Yeah, this is also a year where there's no Juggernaut. There is no Resident. There is no. There's no Last of Us Part 2. There's no Red Dead Redemption or God of War. There are a lot of really good games, like a lot of really like 9s and high 8s. But there's not a 12 that everyone hasn't shut up about since its release.
Right. You should both know that there was at least 5 times where I wanted to utter Gundam Code Fairy, but I didn't. I respected the
I would have let this call.
Yeah. You just screwed the whole frame and everything. But I respect the seriousness of the nominees of Game of the Year or Game Awards, so I didn't do it. So you guys, you should be happy. All right, that's pretty much our picks for this. We will the next regular cast. I guess it'll be the cast next week. We'll talk about the winners and such, and we'll see who won. We'll see who is the decider of the year.
I'm either going to get a big 0 or the crown, baby. So I came to win. It's whatever. You shoot.
All right.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. Unless you are not shooting at the basket. In that case, you are shooting, but you're missing anyways. Anyways, this has been another episode of Press X Start Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, we are on Spotify. I just saw our numbers. They're pretty good. They could be better, and they could be better with your participation. I'm looking at you. No, wait. I'm looking at you. There we go. Do it. Anyways, we hope you liked all of this and more. I think that's how that goes. Anyways, you go to our website at pressx2start.com. You can see some cool stuff. Like our pages on IG and on Facebook. Really, we're on IG, so just go there. We have a good time there. With all that being said, you have fun, you take care, and be safe, chill, have a good time.
At the Game Awards.
There you go.
Also, Marcus is going to the Game Awards. We didn't talk about that.
Oh my God, we didn't talk. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully that can come out before. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, you're right. Anyways, see ya.